थैंक यू ऑर्गेनाइजर। गुड मॉर्निंग लोकनाथ बेहरा साहब। ऑफ डाइस पे जो भी बैठे हैं, मिस्टर मनीष थपलियाल, DRM त्रिवेंद्रम, our colleague from ministry, and I am very happy to note that Cochin Metro, Kochi Port Trust chairman is basically a railway officer, and lot of railway officers are sitting over here, and that is very great. I am honored to be here to address on this special session about the dedicated freight corridor. Mr. Loknath Behra in his address has told that people love mobility and travel. And I would also say that freight also loves mobility. Without freight moving efficiently, I think a nation cannot grow further. Our mayor, a respected mayor who is not here, he has talked about that whenever any railway line is being constructed, it basically divides the section in two parts. And this creates a lot of problem to the local people. And while conceptualizing the dedicated freight corridor, because dedicated freight corridor is running across the nation, and somewhere banks are very high, deep cuts are there. So we have taken this into care that at no place, the difficulty should be there for the local public by way of seamless movement of the mobility. Mean that we have created lot many underpasses, lot many flyovers, lot many things, so that people doesn't feel that they are separated by construction of this dedicated freight corridor. Mr. Vishwanath, Mr. Kochi Port Trust chairman, who is also not here, he has also talked about the railways and ports coming together. And I am happy to tell you, the audience, that dedicated freight corridor is basically by way of conceptualizing the new freight corridor is very much handshaking with the various ports on the East Coast corridors. With this background, let me just go through my presentation briefly, because we are already half an hour late and a lot of presentations are on the line. I will be very brief. I will skip some of the slides and I will tell about the dedicated freight corridor. कैसे होगा इसका? This is my flow of presentation. Why the need of DFC? What is the status of DFC? DFC is basically a game changer, transforming transportation. What are the business activities and what are the new DFCs? I would say that earlier in olden days, the geography of a country decides the fate of a country, of a nation. If geographically it is not situated properly, of course, economic progress is very difficult to go ahead. Now, I would say that when in the modern technology, now lot of transportation networks are going on, and with the advent of various transportation networks like Kochi Metro, like lot many things are going on. I would say that connectivity in today's date is the destiny of a country. If connectivity is proper, we can create network of networks. And in the name of dedicated freight corridor, actually we are creating the spinal cord for the nation. We are creating a backbone of the super rail highway, on which lot of networks will come. I will tell about in my few slides. And this is very, very important that DFC has made a tremendous impact on the national logistics. A brief that why the DFC is required. You know that is red one, the golden quadrilateral and golden triangle. This is about 16% of the route length of the Indian railways, and it carries more than 58% of the IR freight, while it carries only 52% of the passenger traffic. In the international level, our location or our status of India is only 38. And this is being measured on the quality of logistics, track and trace. Why we have improved in this logistics status? Because of the construction of dedicated freight corridor. And I am happy to announce that as of now, we are almost 96.4, almost 100% we are commissioned. And lot of traffic we are taking on the dedicated freight corridor. That is why our ranking has improved. Our modal share which is not environmental friendly. Earlier in 1950-51, it used to be only road is 12% while railway is 88%. But over the period of time, now it has reversed, which is not a good scenario because a lot of traffic is now being carried out by the road transportation, which is not a environmental sustainable transportation framework. This is what the Indian railway scenario, that 67% of the earning is coming from the freight. And while the speed of the freight in the Indian railway is only 20 to 25, means that lot of inefficiencies are there in the railway network, in the Indian railway network, which by way of dedicated freight corridor, we have improved a lot, which I will tell about in my forthcoming slides. Now, these are the two dedicated freight corridors. One is Eastern Corridor, another is Western Corridor. EDFC, in short, starts from Ludhiana and right goes up to Sonnagar, which is 100% commission. And the Western Corridor, it starts from Dadri. Dadri is a major junction hub at near Noida, in Noida area, Greater Noida area, which is connecting to various multimodal logistics parks, Eastern Corridor, Western Corridor, Indian Railways, Container Corporation of India. This is a big hub, and it right goes up to Mumbai. Only in this phase, only the last portion, that is more from Mumbai to JNPT, is still not commissioned, which we are planning to commission by December 25. With the commissioning of these two corridors, definitely the freight logistics will be improved like anything. These are our mandate. The construction of or SPV of DFC, what we are doing. These are some of the mandates. I am skipping it. Now, the status is that this goes through 7 states, means that it is crossing the width and the breadth of the country, and it crosses about 56 districts. Just I want to tell you the scope of this dedicated freight corridor. For the entire dedicated freight corridor, we have acquired about 11,000 hectares of land in 7 states and 56 districts, which was a gigantic task for the DFC to acquire the land acquisition. And it is equivalent to about 22,000 football fields. About 25 crore cubic meter of earthwork. Lot of important bridges on various rivers. 62 numbers are the important bridges which we have constructed. Major bridges, you see the quantum of magnitude of the work, which is basically included in DFC, construction of DFC, about 535 number of major bridges, 4,643 numbers of minor bridges, rail flyovers. Our respected mayor was telling about lot of rail flyovers are required to be constructed in Kochi Metro in this city. And you see the gigantic scope that we have constructed about 53 number of rail flyovers, so as to have the seamless traffic. Road over bridges, 304 numbers. Road under bridges, 557 numbers. I told in my initial address that we have actually eliminated all level crossings by way of ROB, by way of RUBs. There are 115 numbers of stations on both the corridors, 49 and 66. National highway crossings, 77 numbers. We are having 2 state-of-the-art control centers. Of course, all these things are possible only with the support of industry. And we have used a lot of vendors like Hitachi, like Alstom. Alstom has given a very good presentation here. Sistra is also our partner. Siemens, Kyosan for this electronic interlocking, for introduction of artificial intelligence, for introduction of the predictive maintenance. Lot of things we have done in dedicated freight corridor. And actually dedicated freight corridor is bridging the gap between the theory and practice. And we have used many new things. For example, for the maintenance of the track, we have acquired 2 machines, very advanced machine equipped with the artificial intelligence. One is track recording car, one is OHE recording car. And it is being made at Bangalore. You might be aware there is a factory, Sand Engineering Works at Bangalore. It is with the collaboration with a company based in Italy, that is Marmac. We are manufacturing these 2 cars, and these 2 cars are very advanced cars. Whenever they will run on the section, through the machine learning, they will be able to identify the defects on the track and it is on a real-time basis. So that operation control center, one is at Prayagraj and one is Ahmedabad, the persons will be knowing in real time, immediately the action can be taken. This is Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor Control Center. This is at Prayagraj, and I would invite our MD, Mr. Bera, please come and visit these two control centers, which are very advanced control centers. I don't think in Asia or in world such type of big control centers are available. As I already told that only the last phase, that is Vetarna to JNPT, is remaining, and this is being done by Tata Projects. Now we have geared up, and we are confident that by December 25 we'll be able to commission. And with the commissioning of this last phase, 100% project will be commissioned, and the full potential of these corridors then only be realized. As of now, all the port connectivity from the JNPT is not there. Railway network is being used. When it is commissioned, all the traffic from JNPT will be basically transferred to the Western Corridor, and through a timetable train, it can come to Dadri on a very fast basis. These are some of the unique things about the dedicated freight corridor. That is higher capacity. That is quantum jump in the transportation capacity. We can run the scheduled timetable freight trains. Once the train starts from JNPT, it can reach Dadri within a short time guarantee, or within the time maybe 15 hours, 18 hours. Maybe it is equivalent to the speed of the Rajdhani. And we are supporting the Government of India mission of Indian Railway mission of 3,000 metric ton by 2030. Of course, the concept and the genesis of this creation of dedicated freight corridor is basically reduction in the logistics cost. And in a very recent study done by a university in Australia, New South Wales, they have done the impact study after the construction of this dedicated freight corridor, and they have in their report they have told that the construction of this dedicated freight corridor has impacted on the gross domestic product by 0.8%. It is quite huge. We have used very advanced technology in the operation and control. We are having an automatic block section. Everything is controlled by the central control centers. We are having the green railways. Lot of new things we have used for the sustainable transportation. Actually, whatever material we have used the local material, and with the concept that the local degradation of the local flora and fauna should not be there. For example, Bombay, a lot of mangrove area is there, so we have done the equivalent sustainable support. One of the very important impact that we are releasing the traffic from the Indian Railways. Lot of trains now being transferred to the freight corridor. Now the punctuality of the passenger trains on Indian Railway has increased by like anything, almost 90%, 95%. All trains, wherever our DFC is going on, the trains are running to the time. By way of this spinal cord, I say this dedicated freight corridor is the spinal cord of the nation, and automatically lot of networks are automatically coming. A lot of private parties are coming because they are seeing the potential that if they transfer their freight on the dedicated freight corridor, we can run freight very high speed. Our average speed on the dedicated freight corridor is about 55 to 60 km per hour, while in Indian Railway, because of lot many other constraints, it never exceeds beyond 20 km per hour. We are 3 times faster in delivery of the freight logistics. DFC is a faster because speed is higher because we are running the double stack container. In Indian Railway, in the most of 95-96% section is only single stack. They cannot run double stack container. Western dedicated freight corridor is purely double stack container freight network. So we are higher, we are longer, we can attach 3, 4, 5, 6 trains in one go, and the same path one train can go at a speed of 55-60 km. Our maximum speed is 100 km per hour, But our average speed, because a lot of other things are also come into account, our speed is coming about 55. Maybe our train length might be about 3 kilometers, 6 kilometers like that. And heavier means that we can transport much more tonnage. Indian Railway, as of now, they can transport maximum up to 5,000 metric ton. And we can take about 13,000 metric ton in one go by making the longer trains and by making the heavy axle. In Indian Railway, they are running with 25 ton axle loads, while in DFC, it has been conceived with a higher traffic, that is 32.5 ton axle load, which is only next to Australia. In Australia, the highest axle load is about 42.5 ton load. And we have designed our section as 32.5 ton axle load. After the commissioning of dedicated freight corridor, we are running about 300 trains per day. And our potential is to take about 480 trains because we are using the automatic block section. Every 2 kilometers we are having the section. Section has been divided in only 2 kilometers. While in Indian Railway, this section is about 8 kilometers. Transit time of the coal transportation from coal mines in eastern India to the north, that is Punjab, has been reduced from 35 hours to 20 hours because of the DFC. Reduction of container transport on the western corridor, it has reduced considerably. We have introduced a service truck on trains. Trucks carrying the milk is starting from Gujarat, that is Ahmedabad. It is loaded on our trains and it goes right to Rewari, to the last mile connectivity. And this initiative of the DFC has been praised by our Honorable Prime Minister of India like anything. And he has told that kindly increase these services. So we are now increasing this service of this milk transportation on our trains right up to Noida, so that we can transport the trucks right into the last mile connectivity. So that all the trucks, and by the introduction of this truck on trains, we are able to remove about 26,000 trucks on the highways. You see the impact of environmental sustainability. High-speed cargo services. We have given a contract to the Amazon services and they are running a high-speed cargo because we can run about 100 km per hour. The fast speed cargo services by this is known as NMG. Special coaches are there and they are running in our network. On the sustainable front, we are much more fuel efficient. Next to waterways. Of course, waterway is the most efficient transportation. Next to it, railway is the next efficient transportation mode. Truck on train services, contribution towards net zero mission. Now we are contributing to Indian Railway or Government of India that by installation of many things like windmills, like solar panels, because we are having huge stretch of land on our network. So we are contributing towards achieving the target of net zero by 2030. Lot of things we have done. Tree plantation we have done. Our new corporate office is in Noida. This is a green building. As our friends from Astrom has told about predictive maintenance, lot of AI and lot of things that he has told. Actually, we are not to all, but to some extent, we are using this predictive maintenance. We are using AI, machine learning by way of track recording car, by way of OC recording car. We are also using rail grinding is one of the very important concept. Rail is the costliest asset in a network, rail network. By the system of this rail grinding, what we do, we grind the rail and we can increase the life of rail maybe by 1.5 times. As of now, one rail goes up to 10 years, but by way of rail grinding, we can increase up to 15 years, maybe 20 years also. This is a very, very important asset and we are contributing the sustainable initiatives through technological advancements. These are a number of trains. There's a pictorial representation. I'm very happy to announce that whatever section has been commissioned, it constitutes only the 4% of the Indian Railway network. 66,000 is about the rail network in Indian Railway. And we are carrying about 13% of the total freight carried by Indian Railways. So we are a big supporter, big basically boost to transportation capacity. Punctuality, I will told that punctuality of the NCR trains or Western Jaipur area, that increase up to 98%, 97%, 82%. That is a big boost to Indian Railways. Now, Indian Railway can run lot many special trains because the capacity is released by way of transferring the freight to a dedicated freight corridor. This is a small video, 2 minutes video. Awaj.
Infrastructure projects are the backbone of a nation's economic and social development. They encompass transportation systems, communication networks, water supply, and energy generation. These projects include connectivity, reduce travel time, and enhance the efficiency of goods transportation. The Diamond Crossing, developed by the Dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation of India Limited, DFCCIL, is a pivotal infrastructure marvel. Featuring 50 major and minor bridges on the Dedicated Freight Corridor, DFC, main line, it stands as an engineering feat driving progress. Its primary benefit is the seamless interchange of freight trains between Indian Railways and the DFC, enhancing connectivity between Sanand North and Sanand South. 4 connecting lines, including the GSN, SSN, SSS, and SSG lines, optimize freight movement, connecting key industrial hubs and ports. These lines, spanning several kilometers, ensure efficient goods transportation. A railway flyover connects Sanand North and Sanand South, increasing train speed and turnaround time. DFCCIL utilized advanced technologies, significantly boosting productivity and efficiency. Safety is paramount, with the Diamond Crossing section free of level crossings, ensuring seamless and secure freight train movement. This project sets new benchmarks, elevating India's railway infrastructure to global standards. Infrastructure projects like the Diamond Crossing symbolize progress, innovation, and excellence. They pave the way for a more connected, efficient, and prosperous India, driving unparalleled growth and development. This is the story of the Diamond Crossing, the backbone of progress, the symbol of a brighter future.
Now this video, actually, I just want to tell about the specialty of this video. In the highway construction or express highway construction, you might have seen this clover leaf construction for the seamless connectivity. From any direction, road cars can go from any direction. Now this is a major yard at Gujarat near Ahmedabad. This is a diamond crossing, means that this is the first of its kind, the seamless connectivity that trains from all 4 directions can go from anywhere to anywhere. This is known as the diamond at Ahmedabad. This is only the part of the iconic project, the DFC, which is about 1,24,000 crores worth of rupees. This is part of that project. This is known as the diamond in Gujarat. This has created wonders and awe in the international community. These are some of the business development activity that we are doing. Multimodal logistics park is one of the important items. At Dadri, Noida, a 3,000 crore worth of project, multimodal logistics park is coming. At Kanpur, another is coming. At lot many places, I'm not able to remember, about 9-10 places, multimodal logistics parks are coming by private players. Why they are interested? Because they're able to see that we are much more efficient and we can transport their traffic in a timetable manner at a high speed. You might have heard about this connectivity. I told in my first slide, connectivity is the destiny of the country. You might have heard in the last G20 summit, Prime Minister of India has announced 2 projects, international corridors. That is IMEC corridor and North-South Transport corridor, which will be starting from the Vadhavan port. And the length of this corridor is about 7,000, 5,000 kilometers. And it is going to Russia from Vadhavan port. And I am happy to announce that from Vadhavan port, we are also having a connectivity our dedicated freight corridor. Means that connectivity is increasing like anything. And that is very sure, if connectivity is better, a nation can grow at a very fast rate. You can see that Japan, USA, Sweden, China, the connectivity is very high, and therefore you can see the development of these countries. Now, we are not limited only to the existing DFC. We have taken a resolve that we will be doing much more dedicated freight corridors. And one is East Coast Corridor on the East Coast side of that, where lot of port connectivity will be there. If I am not wrong, about 15 to 20 port connectivities are there. This is about 1,078 kilometers. East-West Corridor is about 2,200 kilometers. And North-South Corridor, that is from Itarsi to Vijayawada, put together 4,315 kilometers is envisaged. The detailed project report has been done by us, and it has been submitted to ministry. Our ministry is Ministry of Railways, of course. A lot of funding is required. And the total cost of these 4,315 kilometers, approximate cost is about 5 lakh crore rupees. A lot of funding is required. So all these things has to go to very high level. But the spade work we already done by way of completing the detailed project report. And for this detailed project report, we have done the advanced technology like LiDAR and all these things. And this is very high class dedicated DPR. Once project is sanctioned, immediately we are in position that we can go for the tendering, lot of things, lot of land acquisition we can do, because everything has been prepared in advance. There should not be any time delay once project is sanctioned and we take up the work. And because of this impact of DFC, our Minister of Railway has adjudged us that we are the jewel of Indian Railways. Not once, but twice. And these are the words of our Prime Minister, that we are the game changer of the 21st century. Thank you.